Most hemophilia stories get lost before they are even heard. And today, we're fixing that. Tuesday is here. The platform changing how hemophilia A and hemophilia B stories travel across. Stick around because you're about to hear how reporting can literally save lives. Hello again, and from Kenya, I can say Jambo.
Hi, I'm Alex from the Philippines. Nice to meet you.
A pleasure.
Yes.
So, welcome back to the Voices of Shujaa. Your home for real stories, real advocacy, and real change in bleeding disorders. Today, we're linking up with the Hemophilia News Today, the global platform reporting breakthroughs, patient wins, new treatments, and the truth behind our daily realities. So, if you've ever wished the world understood hemophilia better, this is the conversation. Like, comment, and share. Let's make sure this message reaches the next warrior or Shujaa who needs to hear it. So will you kindly introduce yourself?
I'm Alex Formalejo. I am from the Philippines, and I am a columnist for Hemophilia News Today. I'm a caregiver, so to speak, for my husband who has severe hemophilia B and epilepsy as well due to a head bleed. And I write the column Hemo Wife. So I've been there since 2016.
That's been a journey, and you being there and tackling the family as you are today means that you are ready to face life as it is. So why did the Hemophilia News Today start?
Oh, okay. So I am actually not one of the founders. It was founded by Chris Komish. It is actually part of the Bayou News family. So Bayou News is basically an information network focusing mainly on rare conditions. So the aim is to not just distribute information, but also to create a community among and between these different rare disease networks. Hemophilia News Today is just one of these rare disease networks out there.
That's great for a start. And I might say whatever that you've done, you've impacted me to continue creating more awareness, creating more advocacy. So what gap were you trying to fill with the Hemophilia News Today?
When Hemophilia News, basically when Bayou News reached out to me, they did not have the voice of a caregiver just yet.
Right.
Yeah, they got me to fill in that gap and to share the voice of somebody who actually cares for somebody with hemophilia. A lot of times, these are parents. We usually hear from parents of kids with hemophilia, right? But it's not all the time that you hear from a spouse. So that is the point of view, the perspective that I speak from. A spouse to someone with hemophilia. So I talk about relationships, I talk about family. My husband and I, we also have a daughter. So parenting is also one of the major themes that I cover. Parenting, even with hemophilia in the background.
That's great, Shujaa. And will you kindly shed a light on relationship, a family, when it comes now a support system? How did you feel while raising your kid as a hemo wife and as an advocate? How does it feel?
Yes, it is actually a beautiful and profound experience, I would say. My husband, having grown up with hemophilia and epilepsy as well, he is an extremely empathic guy, so it makes him very suited to be a dad. And I know it's very different since my daughter has experiences that a lot of other kids don't get to have, like seeing her dad infuse factor from time to time, seeing him sometimes not able to play because he has to recover from a bleed. And since we live in the Philippines, we don't really have access to prophylactic doses of factor. Not sure how it is in your country. Is it the same way?
It's let's say access to treatment is a bit low since we're depending on donor.
Yes, it is that way in our country as well. We have to depend on charitable institutions. So medication is kind of like here and there. Sometimes we have it, sometimes we don't. So we have to make do with what we have. So, treatment is more of just resting, taking off a few days. So I'm actually quite surprised that my kid has adapted to it very well.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's very understanding. She understands when her dad can't play sometimes or has to take it easy for a while. Yeah, that's how it's like.
It's say that you are the one to maybe show your kid the way to go, and
Hmm.
let the kid know that you are there to support when needed. You know.
Yes. Hmm.
So
And
what?
right now, she's actually very supportive with her dad's infusions. So she's
Yeah.
part of the process. We don't force her, but she does sometimes volunteer to take part. She takes out the needle when he's done,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
she helps prepare the factor. Yeah. So yeah, it's interesting, really interesting.
Yeah, that's part of learning.
Hmm.
What was the first story that made you realize your work saves life?
Oh, saving lives is that's a lot.
Yeah,
But yeah, just being part of my husband's life and
yeah,
seeing all of his friends from his hemophilia community living the kind of lives that they live, which are
yeah,
pretty much, normal everyday lives. They have families, some have kids. Like, I just feel like these are all people who deserve to live a full life, and they can with
yeah, yeah,
proper access to treatment, right?
yeah,
And just, if factor access is there, it's possible, totally possible to live a normal life. And these people have such great potential because I've seen their work ethic,
yeah.
impeccable, just impeccable.
You mentioned access to health equity, and
Hmm.
how is it that there in the Philippines that that health equity, access to treatment in Africa, there is lack of information, and that kills faster than hemophilia. So what major misconceptions do you see most?
Major misconceptions in the hemophilia community. Oh, yes, there is one that my husband and I are actually something that we really are advocates of, so to speak.
Yeah,
There is one misconception that kids with hemophilia are not supposed to play sports or
yeah,
to
yeah.
be athletic. And some
I've heard
parents
that.
take that to, well, it's understandable because they want to be careful. They care about their kids, of course, but sometimes they take it to such an extent that their kids never get to move at all.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
they never get to exercise, to move their joints, to develop muscle tone, which is very important to prevent bleeding.
Yeah.
So my husband and I are very big on the preventive part of things. And we, as much as possible, we don't want to put ourselves in a place where we're reactive.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
when there's a bleed, that's the only time you address it. Sports, for my husband, they have really helped him develop his physique.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's the reason he is lucky to not have as many bleeding episodes as he might have had as a hemophilia B severe.
That's relatable because keeping my physiques to makes me much more stronger, not to maybe
Yeah.
bleed a lot, you know. So
Yeah.
when it comes to now maybe youth empowerment programs, which
And
kind of programs do you apply on the
uh-huh.
ground? Yeah,
Oh, youth empowerment programs. So what kind of empowerment programs do we
yeah,
have?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
okay. So here in the Philippines, we do have patient organizations.
yeah, yeah,
We also have youth groups within these orgs. So we have some psychosocial programs. We have camps, youth camps.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Of course, we hope to see a lot more of these because lately we haven't been that active.
yeah, yeah,
But yeah, we also try and advocate for self-infusion, which is a huge, a very important thing
yeah, yeah.
for these kids to learn. Yeah, that's what we have mainly for the
Hmm,
youth.
that keeps you going. And
Mm-hmm.
which myth scares you the most? And because it keeps people from seeking care.
The myth that scares me the most because
Yeah,
it
yeah,
keeps people from seeking care. Okay. Here in the Philippines, well, people are just starting to get educated about what hemophilia is.
Yeah.
But a lot of doctors, even doctors and hospitals, are not yet aware. They're not yet fully aware of what hemophilia is.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, especially in the remote areas, many kids would not get diagnosed until they're much, much older. Sometimes they're teens or even adults before they get diagnosed, because they think the bleeding, it's not a condition. It's just like they're probably getting possessed by
Yeah.
some spiritual force.
Yeah.
Some people still believe that in the remote areas. So a lot of education is still needed, even as of now.
Lack of knowledge. Yeah. I second that. And
Really, that's the case out there in Africa as well?
A lot. People might say maybe it's a curse. People might say because of lack of knowledge, there's a lot that needs to be done. So looking forward to do more things with you. Coming next year, coming next month on the festival.
Oh, yes.
If the chance is there, why not create change?
Yes.
So when it comes now, new treatment and real hope, what are the biggest hemophilia A and hemophilia B breakthroughs people don't know about yet?
Oh, there are quite a lot of these, especially in the developed world. In America, gene therapy is available, and we also have these subcutaneous treatments like Alhemo. Am I allowed to mention brands here? I've just heard of them. Alhemo and Hemlibra, which we obviously don't have in our country yet. So right now we're still all factor based. We've only actually just gotten synthetic factor. We used to rely mainly on blood derived products, but there's a lot to look forward to. And even as in my work for Hemophilia News Today, I hear so many promising new treatments. And we hope it's only a matter of time before they get here.
And we hope it brings cure, not when it comes now, maybe gene therapy, there is a good side of it and there's the bad side of it, and you might have some liquid, So how do you choose what to report and avoid medical misinformation?
How can we avoid medical misinformation regarding regarding gene therapy? Yeah, because I know it's a very loaded subject, right?
Yeah, and how do you report when it comes now?
How do we report about it? Well, thankfully, I'm a columnist, so I can report from my personal experience. But as for my husband and I, it is a loaded subject for us. My husband, personally, given the cost and how much it costs and how long it lasts, the current level of efficacy of this medication, of this gene therapy, at this point, it's not something that he would be willing to take just yet, considering that it would take up nearly all of our resources, and it only lasts, I think, a maximum of 5 years. So at this point, it's still in a highly experimental stage. It might not be for everyone, so I would personally encourage people to do the research before deciding on whether it's a good fit or not.
That's perfect. So what does patient storytelling matter more than formal reports?
Why does it matter more than medical reports?
Yeah, when it comes now as a patient person.
Yeah, because what I would say is that every patient's experience is different, and a lot of times what we would hear from plain medical reports is very general. It's generalized to everyone. But what I've noticed, being with my husband, hearing stories from this community, even two hemophilia B severes do not have the same bleeding pattern. Some might develop inhibitors, some do not. People do not react to medication in the same way. Some people are particular about brands, so it's very different. The patient experience is very different. So I believe that is one big reason that patient stories matter.
So
for people
what's
to be aware of how individual it is.
yeah. So what's one story from Africa that maybe you had and would like to share from your perspective that motivated you to continue advocating?
Oh, one story from Africa.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Actually, you are the first person from Africa whom I've personally interacted with. So, well, I'm new to the TikTok community. So when I saw your profile, I found it really interesting that I feel like you're the biggest patient voice out there, if I'm not mistaken.
There's still more.
And
There's still more to be done. So
oh,
yeah,
there's still a lot more. I'm excited to see all
yeah,
of those. I think my husband, when he went to the World Hemophilia Congress in 2016, he got to meet a number of people from Africa.
Yeah.
And he was very impressed by the attitude of the African delegates. They were extremely friendly and they were strong, physically, mentally strong. So
that's great.
yeah.
You mentioned mental health, identity, and stigma, where now maybe patients they develop inhibitors, and how of the patients that you met, how is your report or you as a reporter on an emotional journey to what patterns do you see in people living with chronic bleeding disorders when it comes now mental stigma, identity? What are the patterns?
Oh, what's important to know when it comes to stigma and identity?
Yeah, and possible.
Okay. Yeah, so when we talk about stigma, yes, having a bleeding disorder or having any disability, unfortunately, still carries a stigma in our community. And a lot of times when people find out, oh, he's got hemophilia, the impression right away is that, oh, he might bleed out from a paper cut. Oh, we need to protect this guy. We need to wrap him in bubble wrap and not allow him to move around, not allow other people to touch him. But that simply isn't true.
Yeah.
Yeah, my husband is quite the opposite. He likes to joke around and sometimes like punch himself a little bit in front of me, like, come on, try me. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how can maybe media reduce stigma instead of amplifying it?
How can it turn the stigma around?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe information is one of the things. It's one of the ways to let people know that hemophilia doesn't make you fragile necessarily, that there is treatment available, that if it were to be made accessible to people with this condition, they can perform in at a very, very high level.
Yeah.
Even they can do things that other people can do. They can work. It's possible for a person with hemophilia to have a career, a fruitful career.
Yeah,
and
sure.
Having this condition doesn't mean that their worth is less than anyone else. It's pretty much the same for everyone.
Yeah. So you mentioned people being given an opportunity to explore and being innovative enough. So when it comes now advocacy through news, how do we strengthen Africa's storytelling so our narratives aren't controlled by maybe other advocates?
How do you strengthen the narrative? Could you give me context on what it's like right now? So what's the narrative? What's the primary narrative in Africa at the moment when it comes to hemophilia?
Okay, when it comes to hemophilia, I think there's a lack of knowledge. There's no health equity. There's no access to care that much. But on an individual perspective, I can say that if you're health literate, you can be your own Shujaa. If you can still hold the pen to write your story, that means that you can be possible enough to continue creating a story that can even impact more lives out there for them to feel motivated to maybe to start something of their own. So what do you think that in Africa we can do to strengthen Africa's storytelling in collaboration maybe with Hemophilia News Today.
Oh, yes. Self-advocacy, you were saying, is very important. And at Hemophilia News Today, we're always open to hearing stories from anyone from the hemophilia community around the world. So you can get in touch with me and submit a story. We're open to guest submissions, so we can talk about that. So if you'd like to submit your own story for us to feature, we can definitely.
Great.
And you can let other advocates know as well.
This has already created something, and moving forward, we will reach a broader community.
Yes, and that is the goal, right? To make our story known, to make it visible for more knowledge.
Yeah.
And so that, governments, health institutions will be aware that we exist, we need treatment, and
a lot.
This hemophilia community, it has such great potential.
All the time. But what you've mentioned government, yeah?
Yes.
What will you want governments to learn from the stories you publish?
That can be challenging. It can be tricky to reach out to governments at times. Because it's one thing to let them know, but it's also another thing to actually instigate policy change. Sometimes it can get really political. But what I would probably say is, just keep reaching out, continue letting them know, continue proposing change, and reaching out to people out there who can actually make that change, who can craft that change for us.
You are truly an inspiring Shujaa, and continue writing the story and continue impacting lives out there. So talk to the young Shujaas listening right now. How can they share their stories safely, powerfully, and authentically? What do you think can be done?
Authentic. I love that word. Just be yourself and tell your story as it is. That is what I would advise.
Right. So what's one type of story we need more of right now?
One type of story we need right now, I would say we need more stories talking about potential. What people with hemophilia can do, that people with hemophilia are strong and are equal to everyone else. And that's exactly why they need the treatment. So they can live their lives and without interruptions, live full lives and be stronger as a community.
Anyone with a question?
We have Moses and James. Hi.
All right. Seems like we've impacted some, and let's continue creating change. And I take this opportunity to thank you're part of story, and you impacted, and I feel insightful and more impactful to continue collaborating and creating more possible ways so that we reach a more global community. So thank you again.
I should be thanking you, Pius.
All right.
Yeah, we really need this kind of synergy, even for Hemophilia News Today. So it's really good. Thank you.
Looking forward to do something again when it comes now the Hemophilia News Today.
Yes, and no worries. I will send you the links to be able to contribute. So if you or any of our participants would like to send in their story, they are very much welcome to.
I'll be glad to share to other platforms.
Okay.
So a last minute question, if anyone in the participants, any questions for?
Yeah, or it's Alex actually.
Okay,
I
Alex.
couldn't change my name. Yeah. Right. I can actually drop in the link for submissions if you would like to have that.
No worries.
So, I will drop it in the chat in case somebody wants to share their story. They are very much welcome to. It's basically called a content release form. So you could submit not just a write-up, it could be a video, it could be anything that you would like to share, even just even pictures of your everyday life. We're also happy to feature those on our social media. Anything that shows the life of a person with hemophilia. So I've dropped that in the chat.
Thank you. I've seen it.
Yes. You could just upload the file to the form.
Okay. I might take a minute getting through it.
Mm-hmm.
And let me submit something.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So if anyone
Happy
has a
to
question,
get more submissions.
Yeah. If anyone has a question,
if you want to be on the TikTok or Instagram or Facebook, you can follow us on. Here, let me drop Hemophilia News Today. You can follow us on Facebook, Hemophilia News Today on Facebook. I'm dropping all of our socials.
All right. I will appreciate to craft change.
Yeah. And if you want to follow me on TikTok, this would be mine.
Any questions, Shujaa, for Aliyah before we wrap up?
I'm Dr. Elvis. I'm a hemato-oncology pharmacist.
Okay.
I know Shujaa Pius for a while, and it's a pleasure to join this call today. Well, and it's an interactive discussion. I'm only interested to know whether you, before you got married, you knew your husband had hemophilia, or did you discover along the way in the relationship or in your marriage life?
Oh, okay. So I was actually aware that my husband had hemophilia even before we got together. So yeah, he was extremely open about it. He disclosed it from the get-go. And so I knew.
Okay, sounds good. So you are a true representation of those who made up decision where to go. You help in breaking the stigma in between there, and that's a good one. I am a member of Medical Advisory Committee in Kenya for Kenya Hemophilia Association, and I'm also a chair of Product and Treatment Committee, and we work towards receiving clotting factor concentrates for our Shujaas in the country for both 89 and other bleeding disorders. We have good challenges on other clotting factor concentrates like factor 7, because we all receive from charitable organizations like World Federation of Hemophilia. So we are guided by what we have to have a plan of treatment. So generally, we, as a country, we focus on on-demand therapies, and hardly do we have prophylactic programs. But it is our desire to even try that out for pediatric cases or kids who are below 10 years of age and weighing less, that we can have, we can compare the on-demand therapy versus a little of prophylactic access and see the quality of life alongside that.
That's great.
Oh, yeah, great. So all said and done, I am very happy to have this interactive session with you. Yeah, we also have challenge on blood products, blood itself, a generation of FFPs and cryoprecipitate from the labs. We have 29 hemophilia treatment centers in the country, and we have grown that for many years. When I joined a medical advisory board in way back, close to 6 years ago, we had about 6 centers in the country. And Pius can attest to this, the challenges that are faced by hemophilia patients in access.
Right now, we can say to the added hemophilia treatment centers, let's say the care is improving, and we'll continue creating change from the healthcare provider to the patient and to the family.
Yeah, so of all the 29 centers, we have 2 that are comprehensive centers that give comprehensive care. We have, that's category A, we have another category B that is fairly almost comprehensive because they have long experience in hemophilia care based on the years they were established. Then we have category C, and finally category D that just got launched like a year back or 2 years back. So despite having access to charitable donations from World Federation of Hemophilia, we still do not have a proper distribution system because we receive handful of donations, like 2 million units. So distributing that into different centers with patients around that place, depending on the type of deficiencies that patients have, mostly patient A, hemophilia B patients get to suffer most because of the new treatment modalities that are coming up of gene therapy being beneficial in hemophilia B, making it impossible for charitable organizations to receive donations from the pharmaceutical companies. So what gets to us is still limited because they also have limited access to the same.
Right.
Because priority of care is drifting. But I appreciate your time. I appreciate your experience sharing with us, and thank you for your time.
Thank you too for the contribution, and looking forward to create change together. And Aliyah, continue advocating, continue being a Shujaa, and let's all unite to create a more better, inclusive community. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much, Faiz.
You're welcome.